Hello and welcome to the Fiercely Spiritual podcast. On this episode of the podcast, we are going to be talking about a topic that is really exciting. We're talking about the Great Awakening. I'm going to explain what it is. If you don't worry. And I'm going to be talking about how it affects you and what to expect over the coming weeks and months. So it's going to be really interesting. Now, for those of you who haven't met me before, my name is Sandra Ray. I'm an author, healer, and spiritual teacher, and I'm so delighted to welcome you to the Fiercely Spiritual podcast, to have you here and to share this message with you. So you might hear a little bit of noise in the background. My little puppy is playing with a ball. She's running around the place. So apologies if there is a little bit of background noise. She was sleeping 2 minutes ago. And of course, the moment I started recording, she decided to get up and play with one of her toys. So if there is a little bit of noise, apologies in advance. So what is the Great Awakening? You may have heard a little bit about this. You may be in spiritual circles where they're talking about the energy and the upcoming energy cycles and the planetary cycles and all the stuff that's going on. So essentially, I don't want to overwhelm you with information and start talking about astrological stuff because I am not an expert in that, even though I do follow the cycles and particularly the moon cycles. But what I will say is that it's a wave of cosmic light that is approaching our planet, and the effects of this light is going to be a great awakening. So when this light sweeps the planet, there are going to be a lot of people who wake up, and I'm going to explain what that means in a moment. But we're already experiencing the shifts in energy, the shifts in consciousness. As this light approaches, we're already feeling it and we're feeling the effects of it. So these effects are felt on all levels, so physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you're probably going to notice that you're feeling it in one way or the other or another. So a lot of people who are feeling it physically, you might be feeling pains in your body, you might be noticing emotionally that there's emotions coming up for release, you might feel on a spiritual level that you're opening up to gifts that you didn't know you had, or else you're finding that your gifts are heightening, or you may just feel overwhelmed and you just feel that it's too much. So whatever you're feeling, know that there is something that you can do to help. You don't have to go through this on your own. Everybody is experiencing this. So there is something that you can do. But again, I'll talk about that in a minute. What I want to explain to you is that some of us will have a hard time adjusting to the energies. Other people will sail through it and it'll just be like new levels of opening, of unfoldment, and it will be a beautiful unfoldment of your energy. But there will be some shift felt on one level or another. So, as I said, the effect of this cosmic light is that many people will suddenly awaken to their spirituality and their spiritual side, and they're going to experience dramatic shifts. So these people are people who've been asleep to their spirituality, who have been asleep to the reality of what they're here to do, and they're going to wake up suddenly. And this is going to be really dramatic. I don't want to use the word dramatic, but it's going to be a really sudden shift. And what is going to happen is there are going to be a lot of people who are going to feel disorientated. They're going to be wondering, what is going on? Why is my world collapsing and everything is changing? And suddenly what I thought was real, it no longer seems real, and all of these things going on. So for those of us who are awake and who are aware, our role is to support those who are awakening. Our role is to be the light for those people, to show them the way, to show them that this is the path of least resistance. This is the path of most joy and most love, and to help them along that path. So you may find that role opening up for you more and more over the coming weeks. You may find that people are coming to you for advice. And even if it's just a work colleague who's going through something, you might just find that they feel nourished by your energy, they feel supported by your energy, and they're leaning on you a bit more. So the important thing here is not to allow your energy to be spread too thinly, to allow yourself to fill yourself up first before you give to others. And then from the overflow, you can give to others. So really just to nourish yourself first, to fill yourself up first, and then you can give more back to other people. So be conscious and be aware of tending to your own needs first, and then of course helping others from a state of being full, being energized, being in a state of balance. Now, in this week's angel guidance, I don't know if you've read it yet, it also speaks to this new reality that we are shifting into. And it talks about how we're opening up to living through love, to living through joy. So it's really interesting. If you haven't read it yet, go and read it. I'll put a link below in the show notes. And it really speaks to how we are shifting into this new way of being, and to start embracing it, and give some tips to start actually living that way now. So the way that this is going to happen is the shifts in energy, the wave of light coming in. As I said, we're already feeling it as it approaches, but it's going to intensify. And there's going to be a number of portals where that energy will flood in even more. So we recently had one on the 10th of October, the 1010 portal, and there's another one coming up on the 11th of November, the 1111 Stargate. We will have another portal opening up on the 12th of December, 1212. And then also in December on the solstice on the 21st. And then in January, the energy is going to culminate. So we're going to experience this on the 1st of January, the 11th of January, and on the 12th of January as well. So a lot going on, a lot happening, and it's time to get ready. It's time to start allowing the light to come in. It's time to start embracing it. The more we resist it, the more we will struggle, the more we'll be in the energy of pain and struggle. So it's time to start allowing it. So we've been doing this inside the Fiercely Spiritual Family, my members group. We've been working with these energetic portals to align with the light, to balance our energy, to release all that no longer serves us, all that stuck energy, stuck thoughts, stuck beliefs, and to get ready for this light that's coming in, to prepare ourselves energetically for the light that's coming in. It is such a powerful time that we're living in. There is so much potential right now. There is so much for us to open up to, and really, we don't have a choice. Not that we don't have a choice, but this is happening whether we like it or not. So it's a bit like we're all on this boat together. We're all on this planet together. So we're all in this together. We can't jump overboard. We're all in this together. So we're all have to work together to usher in this new energy. We're in an unprecedented position to ascend to a new level, to a new way of being, and to embrace the light. And it's so exciting. It's such an exciting time for us. So I encourage you to embrace it, to allow it, to connect with the light in any way that you see fit, to meditate, to be in nature, which is so important to balance your energy, to just go within, connect with your intuition. What's coming up for you? What do you need to do? So just following your intuitive guidance. I'll be talking about this more in upcoming podcasts. We're going to be exploring this a bit more, and over the coming weeks and months, we'll be talking about this light, this wave of cosmic light that is coming towards us, and what you can do to prepare and to allow it in the easiest, most joyful, most loving, flowing way, which is what it's all about. It's not to say that there won't be bumps along the way. Of course, you may encounter some resistance, but the more you can allow it, the more joyful that it's going to be. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. We are going to be talking about this much more, so stay tuned for future episodes. And as I said, go check out the angel guidance that I mentioned. I'll put a link below for you to read that also. Okay, thank you once again for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.